In this video, we'll talk about how to delete an account year, as well as how to delete an entire client file. So in this example, we're looking at a client file in their 2025 tax prep account, but we don't want to work on 2025 yet. Right now, 2024 is the current tax year, and so you can see that we already have a 2024 account. So in this case, what probably happened was somebody already created the 2024 account, and then when our client came in for their appointment, somebody accidentally created the 2025 account. It's not uncommon for that to happen, and so when that does happen, in order to delete the account, you have to go to the overview section, and then on this page, there is an actions delete account. However, if I try and click this right now, you're going to see that it's going to tell me that there are linked records inside this account. So it's not as easy as just doing that. And so what you have to do when deleting an account is you have to delete every status, transaction, task note, and account document. And so starting with our statuses, I'm going to click on status, and we have a delete icon right here. It says trash can. Now, if you don't see this, your user file needs to have a particular setting on. That setting is going to be found if you go to your user file, security restrictions and permissions. That setting is going to be found right here, allow account event modifications. This needs to be turned on. If this is not turned on, you will not be able to click this trash can. You will also not be able to interact with this done checkbox. And also with this setting, only the administrators are allowed to turn this on for users. So for any user that needs to be able to delete a event status or to mark it as done, they need to have this setting turned on. Also inside the user file, only users that are set up as either administrators or office managers are able to delete whole accounts and also client files. So with that setting enabled, we can click this trash can right here to delete this event status. Also too, in your client file, be sure to check all events to make sure that there aren't any closed out events that also need to be deleted, because these will also need to be removed from the account year. So all of our statuses are gone. I'm going to go to balance, and we do have a fee in here, so I'm going to delete this as well. I'm going to move over to task notes. I'm going to delete this one as well, and then same thing as your events. Be sure to check all tasks to ensure that everyone is gone. You can kind of see this parenthesis sign here has a number of the open and closed task or notes or events that are in there. And then lastly, we're going to go to account docs. And then we're going to delete this account document as well. All right, once all of our items are deleted from our account year, we can now go back to the overview section, go to actions, delete account. Now this will delete only the 2025 tax prep account. It's still going to leave every other account we have here intact. So I'm going to click on actions, delete account, hit OK. It's going to take me back to the search screen. And if I were to search for my client, Mike Tester again, we have all of his accounts here. You can see that 2025 is no longer there. So that's how you delete an account year. Again, all that does is just delete that one account year from your client file. You still have all of the other years that you did for that client. Now we'll go through the example of deleting an entire client file. In this example, we're looking at Michael Tester, which in our example, Michael Tester is the same as Mike Tester. His account just got added twice. This is pretty common if the client already exists, and then maybe somebody that when they added this client didn't realize that they already existed within the software, so a duplicate file gets made. So usually what we do in this example is we indicate which one is the duplicate. Now here, I mean, they have different first names, but usually we'd go to the name and address and add the word dupe to the last name, or just something to set them apart, just so they're easier to identify. Now in this case, we've already done some work with the duplicate account we kind of moved them through the first couple events of our workflow, and we already have a document that's uploaded here. So what we're going to do is we actually want to preserve this information, and so we're going to link this duplicate account to the main account that we have. So to link the accounts, you're going to go down to the linked clients section right here. And in this case, it's not going to matter what account that you do this from. You just want to create the link between the two. And so there's this add button, and this pulls up a search screen. So I'm going to search for Mike Tester, and it finds our client right there. And then you can just save this. You don't really have to worry about granting portal access to either of them or describing the relationship. You can just get by with just creating the link, because you're not going to have this duplicate file for very long. And so once you create that linked account, what you can then do is go to status, and then you can move all your events over to the linked client, because we're trying to keep this information. So I'm going to select all the events here, and then I'm going to click on actions, move events, and then I'm going to choose the account year that I want to move it to. So here's our linked client, and I want to move these to the 2024 tax prep account. So instead of deleting these, we're going to move them. And then same thing with if we had any transactions or task notes or account docs. We do have one account doc in here. I'm going to select this document and then move it, go actions, move uploads, and move it over to our main client account. So now that all of our event statuses, transactions, task notes, and account docs are removed from this account year, and then this is also the only account year that we have, we can now unlink our client. So I'm going to go to link clients, and I'm going to just delete this linked record. So now that our clients are unlinked, what we can now do is go back to overview, and just like before, we're going to click on actions, delete account, and this will take us to our search screen. Now we still need to delete the entire contact file. So I'm going to search for our duplicate account again. And then here they are. I'm going to click on their name. And you can see that this contact file, it only has like a name address section. This will happen if every account year is gone from this client file. And so now the last thing that we need to check is just go to links, permanent documents, make sure that there's no perm docs in here, which there are not. So now we can go back to name address and actions, delete. Click OK. And this will then take you back to the search screen. So that is how you can delete an account year as well as delete an entire client file. Definitely feel free to reach out to Adam Support if you have any questions.